This is the Normal Nerds Podcast where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff and whatever else we feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Frieren.
I'm your host who loves when anime rip off other anime, Dave Spades.
This episode is our weekly anime review, so sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
All of the anime world mourns.
Yeah.
As we lost a great creator who pretty much probably helped create all of anime.
I imagine he at least created the ability, like any kind of transformation anime really has now, minus Sailor Moon. He pretty much is like the basis for it. Like, and breaking through your limits, becoming something new. Like
yeah, and like he also just like all of the manga writers are all like viewer my inspiration or like
that makes total
like,
sense. Akira Toriyama, he was the man, dude. DBZ,
yeah, so,
DBZ is one of the biggest anime in the world.
Yeah, so that sad in the anime community. He was young. He was like 68.
He was 68. He died of a blood clot in his brain.
That sucks.
I don't know what caused that, but
yeah, super young.
I mean, super young, but. You've seen how some manga writers live. Like they're always like crushing cigarettes.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't live.
And he probably was.
They don't usually look like they live the best life.
No, yeah,
but regardless, it's sad. It sucks.
Rest in peace, sir.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the anime review time.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4 this week because One Piece did not have an episode.
Correct. Yes, they've delayed it till St. Patrick's Day.
So we're gonna jump right in, and we'll start with the anime that we've been starting with all season. But I don't think is definitely not my favorite. But
no.
It's probably actually like 4th, honestly.
But kind of. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
but it's still very good. Solo Leveling.
Yeah.
Very good episode.
Great episode. This world is really creepy and sad, and it sucks. But
it's a darker show than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's super dark. Cool, because you meet, like, Jinwoo, that's his name?
The main character?
Yeah.
Yes.
You meet him in the beginning there, and he's like, happy-go-lucky, he's trying to, like, provide for his family, and then he dies, pretty much. But ever since that point, he's kind of like I said, the plucky kid, and they're, like, pointing it out in the show, it has been, like, disappear. We talked about this on a podcast a while ago, like this might happen. That the plucky kid is just slowly disappearing and turning into like the angry, cold killing monster thing.
Yeah.
So I thought that was I think it's great. I think it's a really cool story. I think it's different than what we're gonna see. There'll probably be some point where he does the anime, I found my heart again somewhere sort of thing. But for right now, I'm like, I kinda dig it. I kinda dig it.
I like it because it's just out of like the last few anime, like, you know, pretty much all the other anime we're watching this season have they're like the traditional, like, the main character's perfect and really good and awesome and all this kind of stuff. And that's pretty much, so it's like it's a good change of pace to get like this like broken character who really wasn't broken but now is becoming broken.
Yeah, I really enjoyed too the imagery they use in this one. Like, you know, when he reveals his power and all this stuff, and the C ranker cool guy there was like, he must have been forced to make a bunch of decisions in such a short amount of time when they found out he's been killing people.
Yeah.
I loved that image of him, just like all the cracks and decisions are cracking him now too and changing him. I thought that was really, really good.
Really cool.
That was just great imagery.
Also, that guy, whatever his name is, that guy is the coolest.
Oh yeah, he's been like that since the first episode of the show.
He really is.
Everyone knew this. Like, this guy he's the shit. He's so cool. With one-handed, he's a mage and so badass. He just is one-handed, picks up a sword, gets a quick little buff, and then just tries to take on this B rank assassin like it's nothing. Yeah. Almost like if that assassin was C rank, he'd be dead.
Oh,
that's what comes out to. Really comes out. Even he's trying to swap up with the mage magic at the end. It was like this was choreographed perfectly. You did it. You owned this fight pretty much.
I love when he went for the healer and he's like, "You turn your back on your opponent." I was like, "Oh, nice."
I always love when that happens. Always love when that happens. But the entire time that was happening, though, I'm just like, okay, Jinwoo, get in there. He's getting a little banged up right now. Like, you know, he doesn't need to do this.
This episode started out kind of funny because, like, you know, they went down with the criminals, so I was like, and he's like gonna kill them, and I was like, yeah, okay, well. Not saying anyone. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a judge or jury out here, but I was like, he's gonna kill it. But then he was like, and when first of all, we called it when that guy's name is King, the guy who was like, I'm gonna apologize to Jinwoo. Like, he's dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was his character arc right there. That's all he had to do.
Yeah,
his character is Phil. It's like, oh well, you shouldn't have said that on screen, man.
Yeah,
like,
I did not know the show's gonna be so dark.
It's characters.
It's a lot of humans killing humans.
It's a lot. I'm really. It's another one of those shows where I'm like, besides the main character who's already died once, I don't think anyone's really safe in it. Like, I think anyone could probably die in it.
That's true.
You know, just because now, I wonder if it's gonna be one of those stories just slowly whittling down the original group of people, like a Fate sort of thing. Like no, not Fate isn't killing them, but like that's the idea.
What was that movie?
Oh, it Found Destination.
Yeah.
But it's like just one of those things where it's like eventually he'll just be the last one standing that remembers the dungeon and all that stuff. So I don't know.
Interesting.
It's cool. Screw assassin builds. Screw assassins. What a bunch of cheap little bastards. What they are.
One thing I do like is like I like how they got like kind of like they didn't get deep diving it, but they're talking about builds and stuff. I just really like that. I think that's cool.
I think it's really interesting too. From you call it a build though, it's like, but you're born with this power essentially. So it's not really a build. It's really just like
whatever
a lifestyle. I don't know. Yeah. It's like it's your luck.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, the visual representation of like going.
Well, are you
stealth
born
mode
with?
cool.
I don't know if you're born with an assassin power. I think it's just your magical ability. I think you just have.
I guess if you're born for a physical build, you can put it into an assassin-esque sort of thing. That doesn't make sense.
I did like how he was just like, that was a really good line. He's like, I don't know what you are. He's like, either do I.
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
oh, when he was telling him, I was like, could you stop being so like bloodthirsty right now? Oh, fuck, the system saw it now. Now I have to do this.
Yeah, that
one cracked me up. Like, now this guy was definitely dying regardless, but it was like one of those things where it's like, oh, great, now I gotta do this. Cool.
The final scene where he got him was awesome.
Oh, well, he unlocked a new spell, Murderous Intent.
Yeah,
that's super cool. It's intimidation, but whatever. Fear.
It was super cool.
That was all. They animated amazingly.
Everything that was awesome.
Yeah, they're pulling out all this like. It's one of those shows that deserves it. They're pulling out all the stops for the animation. It's definitely not my favorite anime of the season right now, but they are just. I think it deservedly has a great budget. And it should. It looks awesome.
Yeah, the story is definitely going to get more and more interesting.
Oh, I can't
really want to know about the system. And actually, the one thing I really liked about this episode is that he did have trouble fighting the guy.
Oh yeah, true.
Just showing that like it's like he still has a lot.
Yep,
like,
he's still solo leveling.
The guy at the end was like he's like I can't beat that guy.
Yeah. I did like that. I thought it was really good. But yeah, overall, it was. I kind of wish they would have shown us them just beating the dungeon boss too. But they gave us a lot this episode already, so that's fair. That's fine. I really just have seen the dungeon boss.
At least seen it. Yeah.
I want to see what's in there. Yeah, let me know.
The doors were cool.
Yeah, at least let me know what's in there. Come on, but. Overall, it was pretty good. Always good to see an assassin that likes torturing people killed too. That's always fun.
Oh yeah, he was awful. I mean, the thing is, I thought I was gonna like that character too.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
just like he's your classic, like just cool, lonerish, purple-haired guy.
He
nope, he's a psycho.
He really likes to kill people. Like
There's an anime great that way. Anime is awesome that way.
Yeah, it really is. But it was very good, and looks like a date next episode, which honestly, I'm here for. After the darkness of the show, like let's do a little fun little thing,
happy-go-lucky sort of thing.
He kind of needs it, honestly.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next anime, Shangri-La Frontier. Very great episode once again.
The Vorpal Bunnies rule.
The
Vorpal Bunnies might be. I don't know.
He's great.
They're my favorite faction in this entire thing. Like they are. Every single one that comes out is even funnier than the last.
Yep.
I don't understand why they keep doing it.
The outfit they put on, like now you have a fur coat and a fashion. I love how Will said a fashionable scarf.
I know.
Not just a scarf, a fashionable scarf.
That was hilarious. This was in reality, this wasn't that big of an episode, but it was a really fun one. They set up a lot. I'm really liked how they're gonna try and level her up and make her into a better divine or an ancient blacksmith. He was just like, but of course, here's this really cool item. Cool, I'm gonna short for parts.
I need people's consent.
I know. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure they would consent at this point since they need it in order to use anything in there. They have to activate the thing. So, regardless, I'm interested to see where they're going with this next part, because the Lightless Barons, there's Vash's side quest is there, or main quest, or who knows what's going to be for the transponders. I'm like, what are those?
I know.
What are those?
The fact that he's going through all the towns, like 11th and some of them, like, man, this game goes high up.
Yeah.
What do you went to?
I like us keep putting numbers in it.
Yeah. What was the fourth one called?
Fourth Fords.
when he went there. First of all, I love the travel animation. But he went there though. I was like, wait, no, show the place. I need to see the city. And I just want to at least see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then they pretty much just showed it, and he's in the shop for like a few seconds. But.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. I like to just like fast travel it there pretty much, dude. The mark, I get so torn on the mark of the wolf there, the Lycagon, because like it's got some great effects. Like for a player of his level, it's got some really, really good effects.
It's perfect for him.
Yeah,
the only thing it doesn't let him do is wear armor. Really.
Yeah, which is like it's fine. He loves it. I mean, like if I was a regular player, that'd be really annoying.
Yeah,
because then you probably can't wear any of the armor in the void space there.
But he's an agility dude.
Yeah, I guess it's true. It's true. But still, that was the fact that it just repels any curse that is weaker than a unique beast, which I imagine is most things in this world, and then it keeps the pesky little small monsters away from him.
Yeah, that are
which I know he keeps complaining about. It's like, yeah, but whatever. That's not a Vorpal soul right there, man.
Yeah,
that's showing your Vorpal soul. You gotta go for the big guys.
I did like the
headless horseman
with the headless horse, the Duahand. But like I did that fight was awesome. One, B was cool in it. Two great names. It was Megaton Swing or something, and then Titan Smash or something like that.
Nice.
There was two great names for attacks. Like,
hammers are great. Blacksmith hammers are great for combat. They're not meant for combat at all, but they're great for combat.
Yeah. I love also when he's like, and now I switch Amul to this position, and Amul's like, that's really weird.
It's not the way to properly use me, but okay.
I do love when Amul was like, he said something and Amul said the same thing, and he's
that's
copying
amazing.
me, and she's like, I was just about to say that.
She did twice in the episode. It was great.
And then they both go like,
I love it. I love how she idolizes him. It's so funny. That was, oh goodness. Yeah, that was great. The fight was super cool. She's definitely gonna the blacksmith girl is definitely gonna do something cool with that sword she got. The headless horseman. Yeah, she's like, there's still life in this blade. And it's like, yes. And like the description of it was like, this blade used to be really cool once.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, and you knew it was gonna be like after you read it all to us. So I was like, it's definitely gonna be.
So I'm pumped for all that stuff. I love where he is right now. I think that's a cool area, cool monsters. I'm dying to see what this story stuff is. So, and once again, it feels like we're going into a whole new arc right now. So, like,
we are.
I'm questioning like if the show's gonna keep going or not. You know?
I know. I hope so.
I hope so. It feels like it. So I don't know. Yeah.
And the big skeleton thing at the end moving.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah, the boss is there somewhere.
The boss. So boss is definitely next episode.
Oh, let's go.
And the mini was great.
As every time.
It's an isekai, but thrown into a trash game. That's hilarious.
The way that woke him up was that he realized that the lag was not a sign of a trash game. It's a sign of bad connection. It's like, that's what did it. That's what got you out of there. Okay, buddy. Tell me you game too much without telling me you game too much.
Great show. But yeah, it was a calmer episode.
Oh yeah, but it's still fun.
Yeah, still great. So absolutely great. Being Amul are just
I know. I love how he keeps doing what D&D Party is gathering NPCs around him. It's the best.
That's great.
It's the best.
I love it. It's like, how do we make? I love when she says, she's like, and we need to get something she mispronounced it by a mile, and he's like, did you mean this?
I know.
Magic something or
I'm sure it can be pronounced that way too.
yeah. So great. And then the next show, as always, Mashle Magic and Muscle season 2,
baby.
Whoa.
Dude.
This was all really good.
Dude.
See, this is why it's really funny was we watch shows. You're about to hear this from the next when we talk about Frieren. We review them, and then we learn things, and then we're like, oh, we were wrong. And then we learn that I was right.
What are you right about?
That he is a piece of the...
you were right. Yeah,
he's
right,
a Horcrux, yes.
Yeah, you're totally right about that, yeah.
But last episode, I was like, you were right. He's just calling them all their sons.
Yeah, but you're right. Yeah,
and then, lo and behold, he is. But where are the other ones?
I know. And I still, and also, how?
Yeah, I don't know.
This doesn't make, I don't
know if it will be explained how he, made them.
Yeah, because Mash is a monster. So, I
don't know.
It seems like every, my only thing about this, it seems that, what's weird about it is that everyone sees all this physical strength and is like, that's not a regular thing. So I understand if these however Innocent Zero is doing this, he's making family members. I don't know. However he's doing this, however he's making these guys, you'd think they'd be ultimate magic and stuff. I can understand they're super magic, but Mash literally is just muscle. So I'm like,
maybe
maybe it's the physical aspect of the.
Yeah, maybe I didn't think about that, but now you point that out. Hey, maybe
that would explain too why.
That's why he's so physically strong.
Yeah, maybe that would explain too why. Actually, I don't know. I'm very confused on it still. I don't know. I wonder if he like, in order to create this, he like gave up pieces of himself to do this, because that would explain why he's just a blank slate right now with his face and all that, and he has to like put it on for fakeness. I don't know. Super interesting. Love there's a story to all this. I really actually kind of like the match just isn't just like nothing. You know?
Yeah.
He's not just some dude.
That's cool. Yeah,
I think it's cool. Fun. Yeah. I think it would have been funny had he just been nothing and he just like got this strong just by literally doing basic weight training. But I think this is a pretty cool.
No, I think
it's cool a little bit.
It is cool.
But the one part of the episode that I really, really enjoyed was the sheer fact that they definitely stole Innocent Zero's magic from Naruto right there when he reanimation jutsu'd Adam Jobs, and then the guy did puppet jutsu on him.
Well, I did love, first of all, the guy's name. This is always just funny. His name is Necromance. It cracked me up when I saw that. But yeah, he just reanimated jutsu on him. That's all he did.
That's all he did.
First of all, that fight was sick.
That was a great fight.
Adam Jobs is also, once again, we were wrong on this. We were like,
100%. 100%. That's the show tricked us up. They bamboozled us. They made it look like he was a bad guy.
He's a super great guy. He's all about the strong are supposed to help the weak. I know.
Which I'm very confused then how this world is like this right now, because
he built up all the systems.
He built all the systems, and then Wahlberg was in charge after it, pretty much. So, like, how are these people? How did non-magic users become pariah again so fast? I guess we're also gonna be discussing. It did say Adam lived for centuries, so maybe Wahlberg has also lived for centuries. And he's just degraded over time. I don't know. But that guy was hilarious. He was
hilarious. Also,
the best.
His magic is, I'm saying he uses dark magic, which is absolutely crazy, but doesn't matter because Wahlberg's magic was cool as shit.
It was.
His last spell, I was like,
it's one of those ones where it's like, I think like, Mash, you couldn't beat him.
No,
you definitely couldn't.
Shit.
I always like always back in like the first episode when Wahlberg was doing yo, you definitely can't beat me. I'm too strong. It's like Mash might be able to beat you. He could probably beat you. Now I'm like, nah, sorry, dude, you ain't got that.
I love the scene when he uses it's like dark magic tremendous or whatever, and throws it at Wahlberg, and Wahlberg just like goes like this, and he's just glowing and magic. He's like, everything up to this point has just been the wand, and I was like,
let me show you how to cast a real spell.
Yeah,
this real spell was sick.
I was like, oh, that last spell was sick. It was called like space. It had a cool name.
I don't know. I love spatial magic.
I think super
spatial
cool.
magic.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
Yes.
Space magic.
Space magic is dope. It's always been the dopest. I think it's super cool. Ever since back when I played Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and the two legendary choices were either Dialga, Time, or Palkia, Space. Palkia was always cooler. Space was way better than Time Magic. And I like how the two students, like, contrast each other that way. Because it looks like Innocent Zero's all Time Magic, and then Wahlberg's going to be the spatial aspect of it, so they're time and space together and all that stuff. Yeah.
I wonder I really, really, really want to know what the third dude is doing.
Me too. It's kind of cool also that Adam Jobs, in essence, sort of, like, uses a spatial magic of his own, because he's sending it all to he sends everything to the dark void or whatever. The void. I'm sure it's some other aspect. Maybe if he does dark magic to the void, maybe the third one does, like, I don't know, light heaven magic to somewhere else, something like that.
Maybe
that's like, so we got space, time, hell, heaven,
and his space was like sending it somewhere else. So.
Yeah, to the void.
Yeah, so
which Wahlberg was like, nah, my space magic better.
It was so cool.
Yeah, I really wish when he whipped out. I really thought that when they opened up that casket, it was going to be the third student.
Yeah, we said that last
week. But then I was like, when we saw it, I saw it was Adam Jobs. I was like, this is so much worse. That didn't matter at all. But I was like, oh my God, you're a bad student.
Well, I did like Wahlberg, how he was just like, this is the strongest I'm at the strongest.
Yeah, true. Been, so, he did. Yeah, which is wild for usually, like, his old characters get weaker and weaker and weaker and all that stuff. But now he's like, nah, it's magic, so it really doesn't matter. Like, as long as you keep accumulating.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
if anything, it seems like the older you get, the stronger you get. But I did enjoy that.
I can't
that
wait for
fight
them
was
to fight. I
absolutely.
can't wait for them to actually fight.
Yeah, the next episode is also called Wahlberg, so
yeah, he's probably gonna finally fight in Zero.
and then it cut, to MASH fighting whatever that guy's name is. I can't remember.
Carbon, I don't know.
Yeah, that fight was actually awesome because when it got to the point where the diamond things, whatever, blah blah, and I love MASH with the one line he had. He's like, oh no, that's my school or something like that.
My place of learning.
My place of learning. But when he went behind the guy and everything. And then he falls over, and then he's like, "Cream puff party, cream puff." I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
I was like, "Okay, this is a weird way to win the fight. Where are you getting all the cream puffs from, buddy?" Like, it's not out of character.
That's how goony the show is.
I know.
And I was believing that was happening. I was like, "Well, this, I guess."
In reality, Mash is just choking him so hard.
Just use bicep magic.
Yep. Just literally is choking the guy out. It was like, all right.
I did like when he first used the spell and that he made the diamond blade thing.
By the way, dumb looking third stage. This is his third stage, right?
Yeah.
That's his big wand.
Yeah.
Dumb, so stupid looking.
But I did love Mash just goes, "The heck is that?"
I know.
That's what he said. He just goes, "The heck is that?"
And he was like, and Mash having trouble dodging him. And he was like, "Oh no, he holds 2 in reserve." This is a rare instance of Mash thinking things through. He holds 2 in reserve. 4 would be too many. And it's like, I can't let 4 go off. I was like, oh my god, he's actually thinking it through.
I can't remember, he did one thing and Mash just goes, "Oh, great scene," is when he's like yelling, he's like giving Mash a speech and Mash just punches him. And he's like,
I wasn't done talking.
Yeah, I wasn't talking. That cracked me up. Mash is just like, "I don't have time for this."
Oh my goodness, so funny. Yeah, no, Mash he's the king of just like, yeah, I don't care what you're doing, man.
I also like how the diamond circle blades like just disappeared. But the huge black thing in the sky exploded.
I know, yeah, of course, yeah. Different spells, different things.
I love Mash. He's like, "I just ran around the school." And the guy's like, "How fast is this guy?"
When Mash showed up behind him, I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
This is the best thing ever.
And then he's just like, "Bicep magic." And then they gave us a very detailed thing about how...
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Classic
whatever,
classic anime.
Classic anime. But another great, it's a great episode. It was a very simple episode. It was just everyone getting their shit kicked in, The bad guys getting their shit kicked in. There we go. So it was good. I'm really happy the Carbon guy went down because like he's annoyed me ever since Mash fought him the first time. Just like, you're not stronger than Mash.
No,
you got lucky with your little carbon diamond nonsense, but you're not stronger than Mash. And he wasn't.
He
did not. There was not a single moment in this fight where he was dominating.
Mash actually beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, he just slowed down Mash for a second.
That's all he did. That's all he did.
And then the other guys said a few things, and I don't really care.
Right.
But let's move on to the last anime that we're reviewing because One Piece is not around. It is Frieren, Beyond Journey's End.
Yeah, buddy.
Last week we were like, "Oh, we want to see more of the fight." We didn't get to see it. And then this episode, the second it started, dude, with like with
the black hole. Yeah.
I was like, "What the?" They reserve their this show is the best show at reserving when to use great animation.
Yes, it is when it's battle magic. Yeah. It was, dude. The shit they were doing in this episode was nuts. Like I was just when she built the golem and she like tanked the purple lightning shot and redirected it like freaking Zuko level style. That was awesome, dude. This was such a fun fight to watch.
It was,
and the show is so creative. Like this isn't normal spells that we like see.
No.
It's not stolen from D&D. This is all they made all this stuff. Like. None of it has, some of it has names, but like he's making a black hole or whatever giant space-ish spell that shattered reality for a second.
Was so cool.
I love when reality gets
shattered. I know. I thought about that when it happened. I was like, Davis like this one.
I loved it. I thought it was so cool. I love when that happens. It is the best.
I thought this episode was awesome. This was my episode of the week. I know Mashle was amazing, but the only reason I picked this episode of the week is because even the side character stuff, I was like, ooh. They gave us enough of that fight. Like they did. Like I didn't need an entire episode. Like they gave us the amount. They started the episode with that fight and ended the episode with that fight.
Yep.
And then they gave us a great in between. Denkin is awesome.
He's the shit.
He is so cool.
What a great character. When he was about to go up against Sense by himself, I was like, dude, I respect the hell out of you. You're gonna get your shit kicked in, but I respect it. You're awesome.
Honestly, the side story with Herbal too was like really interesting of like why she could.
That's a cutting lady.
Right? Yeah. And it is like it fits with the world so well. It's like. I like the way Sense explains, like, because they've had this conversation multiple times in the shows, like, magic is all visualization.
Yeah.
And she's like, but you can't actually, like, you can pretend that you're visualizing something, but you, like, an ant can't visualize crushing a Godzilla for some reason.
True, yeah.
I don't know why that was in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dragon, actually. But it kind of looked like Godzilla. And I like that she was like, I like how Herbal was like, she's like, oh no, Denkin's way stronger than me. She's like, but this is a perfect opponent for me.
I can cut hair.
Also, why did you have to kill that guy?
I know.
Like you could have. First of all, that guy seemed like he was going to be super cool too.
I know. He had the ultimate defense magic. That
cool.
Sounded so like they put so much detail in talking about like, he wove it together using all these compound spells and everything,
cool,
and she ruined it.
I know, and I'm like, you couldn't just like cut like at his like leg.
Oh, to try to be like, oh, I cut too deep. Yeah. You cut him in half, honey.
I know.
Get out of here. You're fooling nobody. You're a murderer. This bitch loves killing.
Yeah, she's a problem with that.
She is. She's just. I know they're like trying to be like, oh well, she helped him out. It's like she's a sneaky bad character. Like I'd be careful about that one.
She's definitely bad, right off the.
Yeah, but like one of those ones where it's like she could turn on everybody.
Yeah, but she's like even in the beginning, like when she first got introduced, that elf priest was.
Yeah, they called him out. Yeah,
she's like, thanks for saving me. He's like, I didn't save them. I mean, I didn't save you. I saved them.
Yeah. Well, they're not. But yeah, they're doing that thing in anime though, where it's like, oh, they're bad, but they can work for the good guys, and they're sneakily on you. They're the bad that's on your team and all this stuff. It's like, I know. I'm thinking like, let's be careful. She might try and kill Fern or something like that.
I did like how Sense was like, she was like, this person's crazy, and then when she's like talking to her in her office. She's explaining like cutting with like sewing and all this kind of stuff, but I did like Sense goes on this like really long thought to herself about Herbal and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, is she just standing there?
Yeah,
like,
probably, probably.
But then she's like, can I go? I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Bye.
But that was cool, and then I did enjoy like the ice girl and the stone guy. God damn. Also, since when they were like, they literally put out what we. I know. Like, she's like, oh, it's only like a little bit of adversity, barely any. I was like,
Sense, you're a grade A magic user.
You took out like 7 or 8 people.
Yeah, she did. She ruined part of the stats for people.
Yeah.
I get it. It's supposed to be this whole thing where you're like supposed to conquer an unconquerable task essentially and all this crap. But like, come on.
Yeah, that poor ice girl didn't get to make it.
I want to know what their test was to become grade A magic users.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
both her and the other guy, these douchebags. I want to know what their test was, because I'm betting it was more milquetoast than what they're doing.
Oh, for sure.
I 100% bet that.
Yeah,
because they seem like spoiled, rotten children.
They do seem like that.
Yeah, they do.
And honestly, all the testing for okay. First of all, I feel so bad for the ice girl and the guy who runs the shop, because I wanted them to make it.
Me too.
And then of course
Sense ruined it.
And Sense ruined it. But also like even on the level of like the one test with like Herbal failed because she killed the guy. I was like, this test sounds ridiculous.
This is horrible.
They literally, when she's explaining the test, I'm like, oh, it's impossible.
Yeah.
You gave them a possible test.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cool. Like
awesome.
You have to be like, I hate that some of the tests you have to be. This is a good example of the test. You have to be Frieren and Frieren level mages.
Yeah.
To pass these tests.
Yeah.
Which is like.
And people, my thing about that is that the grade A sorcerers that are administering them are not Fern or Frieren level mages.
I know.
Like, they're not. Yeah. Frieren could kill all of them.
Oh, easily.
All of them. Easily. No problem. I don't understand. That's like, I don't understand. It's so annoying. I get it. Grade A is supposed to be different on some huge scale, I guess. But you're literally talking about impossible tasks at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
if Fern and Frieren weren't there, none of those people would have made it.
No, well, yes and no.
They were.
If Frieren wasn't there, she wouldn't be the final boss. Sense would be the final boss. Herbal could have probably beat her, technically. They got lucky in this sense.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like tests where it's just like based on luck. Because then, like, true. Are you really a grade A man? Because a few of those people, what's her name? The girl that immobilized Fern's thing. She's a side character. She keeps up
Method.
Method. That her name? Yeah. She's not grade A. She's not grade A at all. There's no way.
Actually, she might be.
Fern would she's
not strong as Fern or Frieren, but she is.
She wasn't beating Sense though.
No, I'm just saying. I agree with that.
There's a few people that pass this test. I'm like, you should be great.
She was like weirdly important. Like she's gotten weirdly important. Like she's the one who can detect everything.
Yeah, like, she's your side NPC. She is your HM slave. She has all the spells that you don't want your main people to have.
Oh. Did she beat Fern?
Yeah, she mobilized the character.
Yeah, okay.
I think so. Yeah,
I didn't know if Fern died.
They didn't show us it. They only showed us her running away from Fern's magic, but at the end there, like Fern's thing is disappearing because they beat and she held it down.
It was a great scene when Frieren's like,
I can't move.
You're right. Yeah, it's a weird. It's not actually like first of all, Sense being there is just so annoying.
Sense is so stupid for me. I hate Sense for doing that. Yeah, Sense is so annoying.
Really
so annoying.
And they make these tasks absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But Denkin, so glad he made it.
I know.
So glad he made it.
Can't wait to know what the next test is.
Dude, first of all, that's another thing I thought. I was like, geez.
They've already done 2 impossible things, essentially.
Also, no one's ever cleared this dungeon, and Sensei's just like, good job, guys. And I'm like, that's it? Also, technically, Sense, you just said they had to get to the bottom floor.
Yeah,
which
true.
They all did that a long time ago.
No problem, yeah. But no, they beat Frieren, they had to beat you, and geez.
And there's a lot of gold stuff there.
There's a lot of gold stuff there.
Stuck in a mimic.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know.
When they cut over, I already knew it was going to be happening. It was amazing.
I love one. I'm actually glad that Frieren was not the one who fully beat Frieren. I think that's cool.
Try it again.
Frieren was not the one to fully beat Frieren's replica.
You said Frieren twice.
Oh.
Frieren was not the one to beat Frieren.
Oh, I didn't know. But
yes,
I was glad. But however, when she like went off and she was like, and then it showed Frieren's replica with her, and then she just looked at her like intensely, just shot her all the way back, and she's like, "What was that? That wasn't magic."
I don't even feel mana. Like it's just like, what is this?
And then
what
Frieren's
spell
like,
is that?
"Good job. I haven't had to use that spell in 80 years."
Probably since she fought the Demon King.
I was like. This is sick.
It's awesome.
I just like, you think you see her magic and you're like, there's nothing cooler. But then that happened and I was like,
the magic we couldn't see was the best magic.
she just looked at her. Then of course Frieren came in and was like, you done.
You done. You let your guard down.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you with all my Zol. I did also like how the evil Frieren, replica Frieren, whatever, used Zoltrak, but in the demon form. It was purple or whatever, as opposed to the blue. It was like, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was, that full fight was awesome.
It was everything about it.
I only had one complaint about this episode for me, is a really, really odd scene. It's a good scene, like the concept of like why Frieren will struggle with Frieren is because she's constantly underestimating her. Great.
Yeah.
But for really weirdly, oddly, for like 2 minutes, it's POV from Frieren's angle. I didn't understand why we had that. Yeah. She's like behind Frieren, it's like POV. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
We don't need this.
Yeah,
like,
that's really weird. I don't know.
Like, it was just a random thing. I was like, why are we getting POV?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like we're supposed to be Frieren?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. That's really weird. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like the one thing I love about the show, she was like, all these characters are great.
Mm-hmm.
I love like at the end when the golem's healing at the shop owner, and the girl's like, and they can heal too. Isn't that great? And he's like, Who are you?
Oh, that was so much fun. Yeah, no, this was just, oh man, it was such a good payout for all this like mini arc they've been doing in the dungeon. That's been going on for like 4 episodes now. I'm just like, this was such a good payout.
And there's another test. It's like, what do we do? I think this was enough.
I know.
I think this was enough.
I know. This is insane.
I know.
They did insane.
I did like how
here.
Denkin was completely right immediately. He's like, we all should work together.
Yeah.
Immediately.
From the start. Because Denkin is the shit.
Yeah.
If anyone deserves, obviously Frieren deserves. She's a great mage. I don't even know why they didn't let her keep taking this test. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is dumb. They call it. It's like, oh, she's already a great mage. It's like, yeah. You know the history. I don't know what the history is exactly, but you know.
But that's what confuses me. It's like if Frieren showed up and was like, I am the mage that defeated the Demon King, wouldn't you be like, oh, you automatically pass?
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, cool, neat. Can I help you with anything else?
And honestly, even Loki's just like, this is my student Frieren. Wouldn't you be like, well, if you're the student of the great mage, you also pass.
Yeah. You don't even take the test. Don't even fill out the application. Here you go. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's just, it's so dumb. I don't understand why they're making him keep doing this. Maybe what's her name?
Oh, yeah.
I told him like, yeah, let her keep taking it. Let her keep doing her thing.
Maybe.
So I don't know, but regardless, this was a phenomenal episode. I can't wait for the next one.
What was your episode of the week?
It's probably this one. I really enjoyed Mashle.
Mashle was definitely my second.
I really enjoyed Mashle, sure. But I think I gotta give it to Frieren.
This episode was
this episode the entire time. I was just like, oh, let's go. Oh my god, when the replicas came back, I was like, you're all so fucked if you're in a hurry. You're in so much trouble.
I was like, oh no.
I was like, Sense, get out of the dungeon.
I know. Bitch.
I know.
Yeah, no, when they came back, I was like, what a twist.
Yeah,
and when Frieren got, I was like, oh, God.
When her staff got shattered, I was like, maybe now she'll get a cool staff that doesn't look stupid.
No, she's not.
Oh.
Yeah. But honestly, the start episode, though, when the black hole thing happened, I was like,
yeah, we're going nuts. I rewatched the fight 3 times.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
And I love like the cool sequence where they went like all around the dungeon and just showing like quick little fights.
Yeah.
I want that one guy. I hate his wand. It's like that small little wand.
Oh yeah.
I want him in it more though.
He's fun. He's fun. Yeah. I really like him.
I hate his wand so much.
It's fun. I love his party though.
Yeah, his party's awesome.
Carry me.
I can't move. He's like, you guys are always falling down.
Yep.
It's great.
Yep. Awesome.
Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.